welcome back for another episode of Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Same clothes, same outfits, same everything. Let's do this. So I'm gonna get into my spicy tale. My spicy tale is not like, anyways, whatever. I'll just get into it.
Right.
So Saint Jean Baptiste Day, 2019. So like this is like June. I forget what exactly the day. I don't know if I
24th, 25th.
something like that. The Quebecers know. Anyways.
Yeah.
So at the time I was living in Quebec. I was living on the Gatineau side. And I have anyone who knows my little pup, little Mealers.
Yeah.
Insert photo right
I
here.
will.
But yeah, so I had just broken up with my ex, and at the time we were still like he was coming over to help watch her and stuff like that when I was out, whatever. So that day I was off work and I went. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna make myself like a little seafood thing, but I ran out of Old Bay seasoning. So you can't do nothing with Old Bay, But forgetting that it was Saint Jean Baptiste because I don't usually live in Quebec.
Right.
I go to the store, and before I left, I was like, oh, let me leave my patio door open a little bit because I hadn't put in my AC yet. So I wanted to leave it open for Mila to get some air.
Right.
So I go to the Walmart, which is like a 6-minute drive from my house. But when I get there, I realize everything is closed, right? So I'm like, fuck. And I completely forgot that I left the door open. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just go to Ottawa. I'll go to like downtown, grab it, and come back. So I go, do my thing, come back. I'm back in like maybe an hour or something like that. And I get home, and there's a bunch of cop cars in my parking lot. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, the fuck? And I see one of the police officers is standing there, and he's like walking from the side where my door is. And then he's like, oh, is your name? I forget. I think it's like Francesca, friend, something, whatever. And I'm like, no. He's like, well, what's your name? And I'm like, bro, why are you so aggressive? Like, I'm like, it's Kim. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, do you know this person? I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. Like, I don't know which unit they live in. I don't know. Like, you literally just saw me get out of my car.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So I go in my house, and I get in the house, and I'm like, shit looks weird. Like, I have a dog, so when I leave, I close every single door, like all the bedrooms, closet, washroom, everything, like because my dog will get into anything, and especially at the time, like she was like what 2 at the time. So anyway, so I walk in and all the doors in my house are open, but I don't see my dog. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, Mila, when I get in the house, she's
the door. That's
at your feet. She's jumping. Her whole body's wiggling.
Right.
She's doing her thing, So I go back outside and I'm like, yo, like, have you guys seen my dog? At first I'm like, did you guys go inside my unit? They're like, yes, we went inside. We were looking for so-and-so. And I'm like, y'all just came inside. I'm like, I wasn't even here. You just walked into my unit? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, where's my dog? The one cop's like giving me attitude. They're fucking Quebecers. J'ai pas vu ton chien, tabarnak, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, whatever. Anyways, I'm like, okay, but if you went in my house, you definitely saw my dog. Yeah. My dog was here. And the other cop's like, oh yeah, I did see her. But when we came in, she got scared and she ran in the back, like, of the house.
Wow.
And I'm like, so y'all niggas just let my dog get out? Anyways, so I'm panicking, like freaking out. And like the way my unit is, like when you go to the back, there's like an open like backyard, and then there's like a fence that's like half down. So she can go into the other neighborhood on the other side. And because she's gotten out before, this is exactly the path that she's taken. So my first instinct is to run the path. And I'm on the phone with my ex. I'm crying in the street because I'm like, oh my God, my baby is out here. Looking everywhere. He's like on his way to the house, like to come and help me look for her. I'm running. Some random man is like, hey, tu cherches ton chien? You looking for your dog? There's nothing I hate more than a Quebecer accent. Well, I'm sorry, but like y'all get it together. Anyway, so he's like, oh, you're looking for your dog? I'm like, yeah, like, did you see? He's like, get in. Me being so like not like I'm not thinking because I'm like distraught, dumbly, like a fucking idiot, get in the car, sit next to this man. This man starts rubbing my leg. He's like, don't worry, we're gonna find your dog. Bruh, like I literally, like, I just opened the door and got out. Like, we were going, like, maybe, like, 30 kilometers. Because we were in, like, a little tiny neighborhood. There was a bunch of kids and stuff. So we weren't driving. Bro, I just opened the door. I got out of the car. I started running down the street. I was like, get away from me. Like, I don't have time to be sexually assaulted, sir. My dog is out in these streets. Like, not now. Like, please. Run out. I see these people, they're like and I could hear Mila barking. And so like I'm running, and she's like on the side, there's like these little like apartments in the back, and these two men are trying to get her. And you know Mila, like
Yeah, she doesn't like guys.
she's like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. So like I'm like running to her, and she like looks over, sees me, comes running in my arms, my poor baby, bro. I'm like, I was so mad, like I was so angry. One of the cops was actually really nice. He's like, let me help you look for her. He got in his car, he started doing the rounds while I went in the back. The other cop was a freaking goof, and I don't care. I'll say it again. He's a goof. But anyways, moral of the story, don't trust Quebec cops. I wanted to file a complaint. My mom said, you don't want no smoke with the Quebec police. And I was like, you know what? She's right. As a black woman, I'm going to let it go. But just know.
Definitely went against the law.
Just know, Gatineau.
No warrant, no nothing.
Your days are numbered. I have no influence and no power, but you've made a very powerless enemy, and your days are fucking numbered. Count them. I don't know when. It's French. Coming. En français, tabarnak.
Well, I'm glad that Mila's here.
Ugh, fuck, I was so fucking scared, bro. Yeah, she was my little babies. And I was so distraught. Like, I didn't even,
she was probably traumatized, too.
I'm sure she was until recently when she got out like a fucking dick bag. Literally 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
Bro, you know what this dog did to me?
She's so good. So, like, I honestly never think that she's gonna run off when I open the door to come in.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't run out things like that.
What she did with LaShawn.
She was running after LaShawn because LaShawn was going to school or to work or whatever. Basically, she's such a dick too. So in the backyard, I tie her up. Like she has her harness. I have a leash in the back, whatever. And everything was fine. I was outside. I'm smoking. She's doing her thing. But our neighbor's cat. Shout out to our neighbor Taylor. Her cat was in the back with a fucking baby bunny in its mouth. And Mila and I know, my heart, I was like, the bunny's gone. There's nothing I could do. The cat fucking got him. He had him by the neck. I was like, it was fucking over. Fucking bunny. R.I.P. But yeah, they're having a stare off. And Mila goes to lunge for the cat. The cat drops the baby bunny, runs. The baby bunny's on the fucking in the back, like gasping for air, moving. And I'm like, I run in the front to go get Taylor to get her to help me, but her boyfriend's outside, so I get him to come and help. As I'm trying to put Mila in the house, she like wiggles past my leg to run after the cat.
Oh.
Bro, if there's a cat involved, she's out. She's gone. She don't give a fuck. She's going. Cats, bunny, squirrel, she's going for it. I didn't know she
was like that.
Other dogs she doesn't care about, but like those things, she's coming outside. She's running. Bro, it took like 10 minutes to get her to come back. She's just running around the freaking neighborhood.
Well, she wasn't going to catch that cat, though.
No, the cat was long gone. The cat was long gone. She saw Taylor and started running after Taylor. And then me and Taylor got her at the neighbors with the daycare. She like went up to her balcony, so I just...
Mila's so quick.
Oh,
and
my
she's
God.
So strong, too.
She's literally a savage.
She's a, what is she, a mix? Pit bull?
She's a pit bull, bull mastiff, and bull terrier mix.
Yeah, she's cute. She's adorable. Love her.
Yeah, I love her. My little babies. But yeah, anyways, so moral of the story, don't get a fucking dog. You do everything for those assholes and they still try to run away, make you out here looking like... She literally, I was so mad because she made me look like a terrible dog owner. I was like, you look like you're not trained. I'm telling her to come here. She just ran right past me.
Mila is not trained.
She is trained. She sits, she does all the things you tell her. It's just when there's a lot of people, she doesn't listen anymore.
Yeah. I always see her when there's... Well... If I come with my boyfriend, there's already a lot of people in the house, so
she gets very excited. But she's great. Like other people,
she's a good dog, but I would not say that she's a trained dog.
Other people always say like when I take her to the dog park, she actually listens. It's just when there's like if there's too much commotion, it's over. Like she's not listening. If there's a cat, bro, you can't even talk to her. Like you can't. She's gone. Like I feel bad for all pet parents. They're fucking assholes. You do everything for them, and then they're out here running out to go fend in the wild.
They will betray you real quick.
To fend in the wild. Like Mila couldn't survive in the this dog literally like sleeps under a blanket. You think you're what? You're gonna go outside and do what?
And she sleeps on.
Yeah, I love that dog. Anyways,
yeah, seriously.
So that was my fucking crazy spicy tale with the freaking Gatineau police. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, I know the police is trash.
They are. Actually, Quebec police
Quebec, I don't trust them.
I don't either. I one time was with my cousin sitting outside smoking, and the police pulled us over. And we weren't even driving. We were literally just sitting in the car. The car was not turned on. Nothing. They were like, oh, like you look like, what did they say to me? They said you fit the description of a woman who's missing. I said, I live in this house right here. They're like, show us ID, blah, blah, blah. Getting at my cousin. I'm like, bro, we both live right here. My grandma's freaking out because you already know my grandma. Like, she's like, oh, la police is outside, blah, 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 freaking out. I'm like, we didn't do anything. We're just sitting here.
And they're saying that you're missing. So it wasn't like they're saying that a crime was committed. And
I'm sure it was just because he was in the car.
Oh.
You can bleep his name too.
Okay, I'll bleep his name.
Yeah. And I had to go inside, get them a piece of ID to show that I lived in the house. Like, they're freaking weird. Quebec police is crazy. It's
I don't really come across Quebec police, so I don't know.
I've had that. Well, that's not true. Never mind.
Anyways, the other day I was talking to my friend about like we were kind of just going through the people that we had situations with.
Yeah, good.
And I was talking to her about this one guy that I was seeing, this Moroccan guy that I was seeing, and because like a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, I was going through like old Instagram conversations, and like if you go far enough, you will see the craziest things. Like, I honestly couldn't even believe that it was me talking because I don't recall saying any of these things. But basically,
were they nice things?
They were just, I didn't realize that this is how I was back then. But I remember, so this is the guy that I had like the longest situationship with.
Yeah, I think this is like 2 episodes.
Yeah, and like when I looked at the conversations that I would have with this, everything revolved around sex. Like, I could never talk to him. And this guy was like a good 4 years older than me or something, maybe even 5 years older than me. And whenever he would have like a normal conversation with me, I'd be like, so when are we having sex?
Oh my God.
And like,
you know, mom's gonna see this, right?
And okay, listen, this is the old me. But the worst part is, now that I look back and I think of, oh wow, he didn't want to have a serious relationship with me.
Yeah, no shit.
It's because I literally almost didn't care about him. Like, anytime he would talk about, it was always about me. Like, when are we going out? Like, when are you coming to see me? When are we sleeping together? Which I'm sure was great for him too. Like, let's be real. He got himself a young girl. Like, what else is he gonna? Not that we didn't have solid conversations about like music or art or like being minorities in certain situations, like things that are going on in the world. It's not like we didn't have deep conversation, but for the most part in our relationship, it was definitely like me trying to get whatever I can get out of this man. And he was actually, when I look back, he was kind of depressed, honestly. And
there you are, just being like, when are we chilling?
There was literally one time his friends came. We went to the bar and his friends said, "Oh, like we're going to the bar. What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at this bar with Stacy." So they came with us and I was fine. Like, I got to meet his friends. We hung out, and then at the end of the night, they were like, "Oh, can we come over?" And he was just like, "Yeah, sure. Like, we'll chill at my place." So then we get to his place, and as we're on the elevator going upstairs, and I'm like, oh my God, now we're never gonna have sex. And he
said that out loud?
And his friends were dying of laughter.
Oh my God.
And they're like, yo, like, we're not gonna stay for long, man. Just 1 hour. Like, we haven't seen our boy. And I'm like, ugh, whatever, I guess. But like, I was actually like, my sex drive was through the roof. And the worst—
Bro, you're a fucking nympho.
No, I'm really not. But the worst part is, it actually came to a halt because I remember near the end, like, I did not want to sleep with this man. And it was so weird because it's not like anything changed. It was just, I was bored. Like, I took everything I could, and then now I'm just like, okay, well,
So basically, you
like-
pillaged like the fucking British, fucking sucked them out of all his resources, and
Well,
was like, "Okay, thanks. Good luck with that.
I didn't realize
Enjoy your third world."
he didn't want to be in a serious relationship, and I didn't realize why he didn't want to be in a serious relationship with me, but it was because I wasn't serious. I wasn't
Yeah, you was out
mature.
here wilding out,
I like only cared about a few things.
and it wasn't him.
And yeah, I was more of his friends with benefit. It was a friends with benefit situation. Like I enjoyed his company, and we
apartment,
had
his car.
and that was the thing. It was the first time I was consistently seeing someone that had their own place, their own car, a job. So, like I would play like wife sometimes. I sleep over, let me do a couple dishes here and there. Like I ain't cooking you shit, but like
She's like, "I can't cook, but I wash these dishes."
and I was just like,
And
wow,
I
like
swept.
this is what it would be like, I guess. Like this gave me like a glimpse of what it would be like to be living with a guy that has his own place. And I'm like, this is nice. Like I like this, but I really was not
Ready for that.
I was not doing it for him. Like other than sexually, I was just and I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't like a good person to him in the sense that like we enjoyed each other's company, and there were times where he talked about his family and I talked about his family too, but I am not that emotionally available, especially then. Like now I've worked on it and I'm much better, but before that, like I would never talk about my emotions, never talked about how I feel, never. Like I just didn't understand what the point of the conversation is. Like let's talk about something else, like the game is on, or like this festival's happening, let's go there, like let's spend your money. And like
you'll do anything to not talk about.
Oh my God, like please, no. I'll talk about your feelings though. So, and I also, when I was talking to my friend, I noticed that not all women, but a lot of women do what I was doing with this guy. Like it's about me, that like you don't really know what's going deep down with the guy, and they just want love. They just want someone to care for them like their mother cared for them.
Well,
and
then they
I
should've
was
stayed up their mama's vagina.
no.
What do you mean love them like their mom? What are you talking about?
Guys want unconditional love, and it's very hard
But
to
love
give.
is not unconditional.
It's very hard to give unconditional love to anyone that's not your child. Like legit.
Yeah, because love is conditional in the sense that I will love you up until you do something to me.
That's the thing. Like the dynamic between a parent and a child. It's
not
when men are like, hey, well, I kind of want someone like my mom, whether they mean like the way she cooked or cleaned or like took care of me in the sense of like nurtured. No. But obviously you want if you had a good mom, a caring, loving mom, you want those like that's the first person you love. That's the opposite sex if you're like heterosexual. That's the first person you love. So obviously you're going to want those characteristics in your partner, just like you seek in the bad ways, but you like guys like your dad.
Anyways, we're not going to get into that. That's like, for another episode.
A lot of men seek their mother. Obviously they're not having sex with their mother, but it's like in the way that was the first woman that influenced them, that took care of them, that nurtured them. If you're in a good position, you want someone like your mom. Like my boyfriend puts his mom on a pedestal, and he's literally like, his mom can do no wrong. Like she's perfect, she's so loving, she's such a great person, which puts pressure on me sometimes because I'm like, well, obviously your mom loved you unconditionally because that's her child. Obviously she's gonna love you like that, and it's hard for a woman to love you like that unconditionally because it's as bad as it sounds, is like every relationship is transactional.
Yeah.
You give me some, I give you something, and like that's how it works. And if you fall off, then we match each other's energy. Sometimes one partner falls off and the other one keeps it going. Like I remember Michelle Obama's talking about Barack Obama saying that like her marriage. Whose phone is that?
Is it yours? Because it's not mine.
Maybe it is. No, it can't be my. Oh, is it my phone? No, it's not. Anyways,
Okay.
Michelle Obama was saying how like throughout her marriage, Barack Obama didn't give her 100%. There would be times when he gave her 30% and she'd have to give the 70%. Like it was never 50-50. Even my boyfriend's aunt and uncle said how there was, as long as someone's working on the relationship, there's hope because sometimes people are depressed or they're going through something and like they just can't give what they used to give at the moment.
I mean, obviously, like, okay, when I say love is conditional, I don't mean in the sense that like if your partner's going through like a down spout, like they're a little bit depressed, they lost their job, they got sick, like those are things that like people fight through. Like those are acceptable things to fight through. What's not acceptable to fight through is abuse,
of course,
freaking cheating. Like those are not things that you work through. I'm sorry, but they're not.
But if people are in marriages that have...
Let me rephrase. Some people are willing to work through those things. Like some people can put infidelity behind them,
right,
and work through that and do whatever. If that's something that you're capable of doing, you should do that.
Especially if there's like kids involved, or if you're married.
Of course, if you're married and there's kids and you have a home and you live together and whatever, there's so much more incentive to want to work on that relationship. Why would I want to start over if we can work through it? If I can forgive you and actually forgive you. I'm not saying forgive you, but then every time we get into an argument, be like, that's why you cheated on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like actually working through it, finding the root of why it happened in the first place, like all that shit. If your partner is willing to go through that shit with you and you're able to forgive, you should. Like, if you can, you should. But I know for a fact, and I'm speaking about me, for example, I am not one of those people. Like, I hate talking about this on the pod just because, like, mom's gonna hear it, but whatever. So, currently going through a situation where one person was unfaithful. An infidel. I'm just out here like, fuck. Somebody was unfaithful, and I tried to, like, put it behind me and just be like, hey, like, I'll just get over it. But I kept finding...
It's hard.
I kept finding that, like, the way that I would treat this person, like, changed. Like, I no longer felt the same way about them. Like, it wasn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's almost like...
You saw them differently.
Yeah, like, they weren't that person anymore. Like, there was a time where I was obsessed with them.
Right.
And then it's like, they did this to me, and it's like, I kept trying to, like, push it away. Like, because I thought to myself, at the end of the day, even if this person did this, like, things would be good. Like, if we decided to be together, like, I would have a really good life. I'd be comfortable. I would never have to worry about much. Like, financially, not just financially, like, just like, he's a supporter, like, he's a really good person in general. Yeah, people make mistakes, and that's fine. And I can forgive the mistake. I can't be with someone that I don't trust. Because now, like, I no longer trust you.
There's a break in trust.
And it's like, people say, you know, you can work on it, whatever, but I can't move past that. Like, that's one thing, I just can't move past it.
Well, you could seek counseling, and they could work through those issues with you and give you the tools on the steps of, like, being able to, you know,
move past
it, see them differently. But it is really hard. I've been cheated on before, and what I did was
cheat back.
The same thing. So, like,
yeah. Like, I'm trying to be a better person. So that wasn't the
But that was a long, long time ago. It actually was. I was like 17 years old.
That doesn't count. Like, anything before 25, it doesn't matter.
6, 7.
Yeah. Yeah. 27, 28.
It's hard to get over someone cheating on you because, one, like I said, you take it personal, and even though it's an issue of theirs, they need to work through that. But, like, there's a break in trust.
To me, because I'm like, and I'm not saying, like, obviously we all have our issues, whatever. Like, and in no means close to perfect. Like, let's be real. But I just felt like I'm very honest. And one of the things that I liked about, like, the one that you're always like, oh, you should get over him, blah, blah, blah. The thing I liked about him was the honesty. Like, I can respect someone who will tell me the truth even when the truth hurts my feelings. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, it's fine. Because at least I know, like, I know this is a stupid way of putting this, but I feel like if you can't tell me the truth, it's because you think I'm stupid. Like, you think I'm not smart enough to comprehend the situation, so you feel like you're gonna lie.
How did you know? How did you find out that they cheated on you?
Why would you do this? What had happened was this man is an idiot and never had Instagram, decided to get Instagram, started following me. As a girl who's sleeping with you, I went through his fucking follow list and clicked on every single girl.
Why?
Just
Why
because.
though?
I don't know.
Like, did you not try? Is this women's intuition or did
I don't know. I'm sleeping with this man. I want to see who he's following. I don't know. I don't like there wasn't even a real reason why I did it. He had literally just started following me. I went on his profile, started looking at it. He only had one photo, so I was like, oh, like who's he follow? Like,
right?
It didn't even like. It was just like a.
So you went through his followers.
Went through his followers. Started clicking on all the girls that he was following. Clicked on the last one that I looked at. Really. And the first picture was a picture of them together.
No.
So I took a screenshot of the photo and I sent it to him.
But like, what did it say? What did it say? Me and my baby, like me and my 1 year.
Me and babes babes and I at the game or some bullshit like that.
And what game was it?
It was a fucking Blue Jays game in Toronto. And you know what made it even fucking worse? You know what? Since we're getting into it, let's fucking unpack. We only got 20 minutes. Let's unpack. What made it worse was that at that time, I had because I knew his birthday was coming up, and I was like, hey, I know you like Blue Jays. Do you want to go to a Blue Jays game? And he's like, oh, my boss actually bought me tickets to go. Like, I won't be able to come with you. My boss is taking me, blah, blah, blah.
It's the worst when you remember when this happened.
I remember everything. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget. So anyways, and this is like, his birthday's in September. So like, at this point, it's like end of September when I saw this, like beginning of October, like ish. And so I take a screenshot, send it to him, and I'm like, I thought your boss went to the game. And he had made up this elaborate story. Oh, my boss got really drunk and embarrassed me at the game, blah, 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 blah,
At the time, not when you confronted him.
This is when he told me what happened when he came back from the game with his boss. Anyways, so that's how I found out. And that's how he found out that I found out.
And did he deny?
No, he didn't deny anything. Yeah. What was there to deny? The photo said it all. And of course, I saw the one picture, so I started scrolling.
Right.
Bro, they had been together for like 2 years.
No!
Yes. Like, it was like 2 years, and I was like, Negro. And the worst is because when I first met him, anyways, we're in too deep. So anyways, when I met him, like, and he was single when I met him, and I had just broken up with before the one I was with that I lived with, the one before. So, and he was a fucking psycho. So that, like, we stopped seeing each other because of my ex was being a crazy person.
Right.
And then he messaged me when I was with the ex that I got Mila with. And I was like, sorry, like, I'm dating someone. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're too late, nigga. Like, yeah, you slept on me.
And since you said that he was dating her for 2 years.
That means that at that time, he would have been with her, which is what's even worse. Like, you're a jackass. And then, like, near the decline of my old relationship, like, he would reach out to me and I was, like, kind of telling him what was going on and whatever. And I'm just like, bro, if I could tell you what was going on, why wouldn't you tell me that you're seeing someone? Like, why wouldn't you just tell me?
Like, you're in a relationship.
And I'm telling you, honest, like, you could have been honest.
Time.
Why didn't you just tell me?
But clearly, to me, it seems like he's been cheating on his girlfriend then.
It seems like he has.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that had to be a wrap. Wrapped it up.
That's so sad when you're trying to do something nice for someone just to find out that they were snaking you out the whole time.
I'm just happy I didn't spend any money.
How long were you seeing him / with him for?
Like 2 years.
So the whole relationship he was with someone?
No, because like, okay, so when I found out, we stopped seeing each other right away because I was like, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Obviously, we started seeing each other again. But then by then he had broken up with her because, anyways. Anyways, so I'm just going to say someone I know may or may not have taken screenshots of something and sent it to someone. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, people think that they can fool. The truth will always come out, even if it's on your funeral day, okay?
On your last
and your mistress comes out of nowhere and tells your whole family while you're in the grave, in the ground, that you had a whole nother family, okay?
100%. So anyways, yeah, so like I tried to like put it past and like get over it.
Yeah.
And so like for the last like year and a half, I was like, okay, let me see if I can like, I just couldn't. Like I felt like everything changed. Like even like kissing wasn't like I didn't even want to
Right.
kiss him. Like it was
Yeah.
just because I'm like, I don't know. I just couldn't, I can't let it go. Like it's just
Yeah, back in the day, like when my first ever serious boyfriend cheated, so I never saw him or had the best proof that he cheated on me, but I know that he did because he was a liar. And like when I lost my virginity to him, months later, he told me that I was under the pretenses that he was a virgin as well, but then months later he told me that he was not a virgin. And then also one of my best friends, Christian, told me, I might have to anyways, told me that he, before we started dating, that he didn't think it was a good idea for me to date him.
yeah. And didn't you get mad at
And
him?
I got mad at him, and he was just like, "Okay, you know what? That was me," because he was friends with my first boyfriend, and so he was trying to do me a solid while being friends with him, like
And
just
that
so
man
you
is-
know,
and he's
that's
family.
all I'm gonna say to you. Like you could take
And-
it, do what you want, and then
And you know that the person who said that to you is literally family
yeah, I know.
to
But
us.
at the time, it was very early, so like I had pretty much just met him too. So it was actually no,
That's not true at all.
because no, I didn't. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
know. That's why I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
That's not
but
facts.
I really wanted to date this guy, so whatever. He warned me. He didn't say that he. Yeah. Anyways, he warned me, and I was just like, "What are you talking about?" Like almost basically.
Don't talk about my
almost
boyfriend
basically
like that.
beefed my friend
Yeah, you did.
for warning me about my first
He
boyfriend.
was so mad at you.
And yeah, he actually
He
was annoyed
so
with
mad at
me.
you.
And when my first boyfriend cheated on me, I don't even know, like till this day I don't know what exactly he did. I'm assuming he probably slept with a few people.
Would not
I
be
had no
surprised.
I did not know anything that he did. I think the most I thought was like dancing, because at the time I was like 16, 17 years old.
But
So like the worst
remember when dancing with someone was cheating?
exactly. So I
saw you dance with her at the school
I
dance.
did have proof that he danced with someone because there was a
Ugh.
picture.
Not a dance.
But yeah, like I don't know for sure exactly what he did, but I know that he cheated on me, and that's the last time I've known of a boyfriend cheating on me. And I've been in 1, 2, 3 relationships since then.
This
so
is the only person that's actually no, that's not true. Alex cheated on me.
yeah.
This is such an idiot. He's so stupid.
And then he came back.
He begged, and I was like, "Nigga, no."
Yeah.
I literally so when he cheated on me, which is how my friendship with one of my really good friends started, was because at the time I had just met her and she was dating my ex's cousin, and she lived across the street from the mall where I worked, and she would come by and we would just chit chat, and I had only known her for like 2 months or something like that. And one day she came to my work and she's like, "Listen, like I was wondering if I could talk to you, blah blah blah." And I was like, yeah, like what's up? And she's like, "I found out that cheated on you with someone, this girl, and like I found out about it a little bit ago, but I was too scared to tell you." She's like, "I really hope that it doesn't change our friendship." And I was like, "But why would I be mad at you?"
Right.
Like she's like, "I don't know, sometimes people shoot the messenger."
That's true.
This was 2012. We are still
So-
friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I literally was just with her before I
Yeah,
came here.
yeah.
Like she is one of my really good friends, and I love her for it. And like she was like, I was telling her today, I was like, honestly, like the best thing that came from. But to be fair, him and I dated, we were really young. I was
Really
20
young,
years
yeah.
old. Like, we were so mean to each other for
Yeah.
no reason. And he reached out to me like a couple years ago to apologize, actually, just like for being an asshole when we were dating. And I was like, honestly, I'm not even mad. We were kids.
Right.
Like, we didn't know any better. Like, I don't hold any of that towards you. To me, he's still like, he was a good friend of mine. So to me, I was never like, I was mad at the time and like whatever. But like,
So once you found out that he cheated on you, you were done, like right away.
Casey, I went to I got a friend of mine to give me a ride, went to the house, took everything of mine out of that house, including the motherfucking PlayStation 3 that I bought for him, took that shit right out and brought it right back to the house.
Good for you.
And he wasn't home, so when he came home, everything was gone.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Oh, yeah, he
shook.
blew up my phone, like, all of it, and I never answered.
Good.
No,
Like,
he
when
didn't
you're
deserve
done,
it.
you're done.
I was done. Anyways, I was already done, so.
But that's the thing. When I cheated on my first boyfriend, I was done, but I was still kind of fighting for the relationship. It was just
Why?
like I knew in my heart that this was not it, and I did not want him to be the last person I was gonna be with, because it was just there was too many issues, and my mom didn't like him, and it was just too much. But he was my first, so I was, you know how girls are with their first. But were you obsessed with your first? No. Well, he was my boyfriend, and like I waited a whole 8 months. That's the longest I ever waited for any guy.
8 months, 8 whole months.
8 months.
8 months. She waited a whole 8 months.
Like
guys.
it was just like the idea, like just all the me romanticizing our relationship and having to let go of all of that. Even though I knew that he wasn't a bad person, but he was just in bad circumstances.
And he was a bad boyfriend.
He was like he was getting lost in the sauce, you know? He was in a bad situation and just doing bad things, and that's probably why I liked him, because he was a bad boy. Of course, my first boyfriend was a bad boy, and I learned from that, but then later on I didn't. Yeah, it was really tough, but I remember he broke up with me like the day after my birthday. Well, he basically broke up with me at my birthday. I will tell the story one time, when he called me the next day to say like, hey, like I don't think we had like an actual mature conversation the next day after our drunken night the day before at freaking La Volte. He called me. So you already know that was ratchet as hell.
She got our producer shaking his head at her. He can't even believe it.
So
oh my God.
The slums of Quebec.
Slums of Quebec.
So he called me and he was just like I don't think that we should be together anymore. 100%. And I wanted to fight for him so bad, and I wanted to be like, no, like please, but I legit just swallowed my pride, and I was like, I don't think we're gonna work out. Like that was actually a mutual breakup. Shocking. Even though he broke up with me, and I always say that he broke up with me. I've only broken up with one person, but because he initiated the conversation. But man, I was just like, you know what? After the 1.5 years that we've dated, I've never been through so much trauma other than family trauma. Yeah. I'm like, I don't think love is supposed to be this hard.
It's not.
It's not supposed to be this hard.
It's not supposed to be that
like,
hard.
I was just like, but black love. Like, I just
need... let it go. Press control. I'll delete that shit. Drag it right into the fucking
threw that shit in the trash, and it was over. And then years later, we talked again, and he was like trying to come back in my life, and he apologized for some things, and I was just like, you know what, we were young. I've never hated an ex of mine because I understand that they're going through their own thing, and I knew his life. Like, his life was a tough life. So I'm like, it just sucks that you did it to me, and I did it to you, because I know that we loved each other, but yeah, we were not meant to be whatsoever. In no alternate reality. No, never. And plus, he was my height, and prom was coming up, and I was like, how is this gonna happen? I can't wear heels. And then I ended up going to prom with my second boyfriend, who's like 6'3", and that was not a problem at all.
Yeah, those cute. You guys have cute prom pictures, though.
Yeah, I know. I still have my prom dress. I put it in our brother's closet.
Okay, I was wondering where I was literally talking. I was thinking about that just the other day because Mom stole my fucking shoes to go on her trip, and then she guilt tripped me to keep. Bro, happy Mother's Day, because it passed.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Sometimes she literally, first of all, she took a picture in my sister's fucking prom dress once, and my sister only found out she wore the dress because she saw it on Facebook, which was hilarious because she was pissed.
And growing up, she would buy us size 10 shoes because she made me believe for the longest time that I was a size 10, and I already have big feet. She made me believe that I was a size 10 so that we could all wear the same shoes.
We are not.
Just to find out that I'm a size 9. Thank you very much.
Same. I'm also a size 9, Mom. Thanks a lot. But yeah, so anyways, she was packing. Our mom went to Mexico for your godmother's birthday. Happy 50th birthday, Barbie.
Yep.
And so I see her packing her stuff and she's grabbing her bags and she's like, "Oh, do you mind if I borrow these white heels?" I'm like, "No, you can borrow them." I'm like, "Just don't take my sparkly Steve Madden shoes."
The sandals that you love so much. I remember last year for the wedding when she left and you're like, "We are not leaving before mom comes back because she has my sandals."
100. Those exact sandals right there, those ones, okay? Tell me why. She's like, "Oh, I can't borrow your sandals." I was like, "No." She's like, pulls them out of her bag. I was like, "Ah."
Did you let her borrow
I was like,
them?
"You were just gonna take them?" She's like, "Well, I really wanted to wear them, and I already have an outfit planned for them, and blah 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 blah." And I was like, "No, mom, what am I gonna wear for what am I gonna use while you're gone? Like the hell?" She's like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just put them back. Like, I just was really excited to wear them." I said, "Just take the fucking shoes. Take the goddamn shoes. Just bring them back." Like,
she'll bring them back.
ugh. Anyways,
It might
mom
be
guilt.
sandy and stuff, but
Mom guilt.
I know, right?
They really know how to lay that guilt on thick.
I knew you were gonna let her.
I really wanted to say
that's
no.
nice of you, Lo.
I really
because I know how much you like those shoes, but you've had them for like a year
year.
now, so you can let it go.
Can I?
Yeah.
What if they don't make them anymore?
Stop. There's other.
First of all, they were on back order. It took months just to.
They're
get them.
actually really cute, and I really wanted to get them.
Between you and mom, you already stole my other sandals.
Yeah, I took your slides, but that's because you had my running shoes for the longest time, so I'm basically
want them
keeping
back?
those slides.
Then I'll give them back to you.
No, it's fine. You have enough slides. Look, you have slides right now.
I don't want these ones. I want my nice slides.
Michael Kors ones.
I hate you both. You and mom, between the two of you, I don't know how I'm going to live. I mean, that's not true, though, because I be stealing your
Sharing is caring, and I'm happy that my sister, this is what I love about my sister, she will share. This is what I love about my boyfriend, he will share. And siblings, this is why siblings are necessary, because you learn involuntarily.
I was going to say by force. To share.
And it's a great quality to have.
Yeah, because remember when we were young, if you can't share, she's taking it away from everyone, and then nobody gets it. So you better figure it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who has a sibling.
Literally, though. I know they made your life a living hell, but they love you so much.
Also, you had someone to combat your parents with. Thank God.
If you had a good relationship with them.
Yeah, I mean,
some people are not as blessed
Some people have snitch siblings who are out here snitching them out. It could never be me.
It could never.
We were raised in a house that you don't snitch. You never go against the family, so.
Except for your parents.
Yeah, oh my God. We don't care about that. They're the ops, all day, every day. It's on site. Every day. And my mom knows. She knows.
But she loves it, so whatever.
She raised us to be this way.
As long as it's with the siblings, she's fine. We could talk shit about her only if we talk shit about her together.
Yeah, we can talk shit about her, but if somebody else talks shit about her, we're fighting.
Exactly.
I'm fighting words. It's on site. Square up, 10 toes.
Down.
100%.
All right, close us out.
All right, well, it's about time to wrap it the fuck up. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, all the socials except for Twitter and Facebook, because ain't nobody got time. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Come back all the time. Follow fucking all the likes and all that shit. Comment. She likes to be very interactive with people on the Instagram. Yeah. I try.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm not very good at the responding.
You're terrible.
I know. I'm trying. Anyways, so thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers fighting out here, all the single mothers too, the fathers who step it up and do both. And yeah.
Yeah. Peace.